Is it somebody right on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I am here to do a reading and a check-in on Chilli from, she's a member from the female girl group TLC, and just to give y'all a little throwback of the importance of TLC and Chilli for the significance of why I am here to do this reading today is, well, first off, let me just tell you from this news article directly. It says TLC, whose influence has spanned decades. Their work has helped shape and sound the style of a generation, leaving a durable mark on popular music. Supporters argue that records remain intact even as the current movement drags scrutiny, because currently Chilli / TLC are on tour or currently promoting her / themselves. So because of that, to have this all happen while you're out in the crowd and the public, supposed to be like having a great time with your fans and enjoying your music, politics yet again has found a way to enter the scenes. And why is that? Well, actually, because apparently what happened was the donors / the donation list of what happened back in 2024. Yeah, in 2024. You know what? I'll just give you guys the rundown. So in 2024, there was 2 donations in particular that Chilli had donated to. It was the When Red and the Never Surrender Incorporations. And those 2 donations were particularly connected to Trump. And she didn't know that. She thought that she was donating to veterans and to help trafficking. So because of that, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say that word. So because of that, that's what she thought that she was donating to. And she had made smaller donations that all accumulated up to $1,000 in total that she has donated. I'm not sure if it's together or all together, like for both companies, or is it just $1,000 to each company? But because of that, Chilli has, out of her own good graciousness, has decided to donate towards corporations to help for fundraising and for better cause and a better movement. That's great, right? Like I gave you that little synopsis earlier. That's what TLC is all about. And that's another reason why fans are so upset that Chilli just happens to be liking, because she's also apparently have liked, I heard 45 posts, correct me if I'm wrong, 45 posts related to Donald, it was like Byron Donalds, and he's like a Republican. So that doubles down and shows even more that Chilli is a Republican and not a Democrat. So because of that, she is not for the Black cause. And because she's not for the Black cause, the Black fan base, in particular Black women, are upset with Chilli. And not only that, then because she had done these donations, she has came out and apologized. I will read her apology. She said, "I want to be clear. I am not MAGA, and I do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. I made a mistake too many make. I did not read the fine print. I thought I was supporting causes against human trafficking and for veterans. 2 things I care deeply about, as my dad is a veteran and everyone knows I love children. I have learned a valuable lesson and ask for grace as I navigate this. Love, Chilli." And so because of that, that's what she has posted. But oh, no. Guess what? Yeah, apparently, I'm not sure if this is because now that this happened, people are like digging into the archives to see what Chili has liked over the span of the last 2, 3, 4 years now. Because apparently, a post that Chili had reposted slash liked, which was all about a Michelle Obama conspiracy about her being transgender, another thing to go against the Democratic Party. And so because of that, too many people are just like, Chile, there's just too many mistakes that you're making here that we're starting to question where do you stand in this political landscape. However, Chile has made an apology also on the whole transgender situation regarding Michelle Obama. And this is the video that she had to make. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It was about 2.5 minutes. So because of that, I'm just going to play the slight very beginning. That's really the important part. Just scoop. Okay.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody, and I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button, and I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button.
Now, I can speak a little bit on behalf of Chili for that sake on that one, because I do understand a little bit, because I just recently reactivated my Instagram, and I will admit that they definitely have changed a lot of the buttons and features, and they now have a new repost button. What is this, TikTok? Anyway, so because of that, Instagram has definitely changed a lot of their features. So because of that, I could kind of understand how she could have accidentally made the mistake of, I'm sorry guys, I just realized there were lights not on in here. Our lights went out earlier. But yeah, no. So because of that, I could understand how Chili could have accidentally made a mistake and reposted that. It happens. I get it. So give her some grace on that one. The whole Trump donations. It's just a sensitive time during this period where like you just can't really speak your political beliefs. But anyway, guess what? Chili is not out here hung dry, because Cheryl James has also came out. Cheryl James has also came out, and I put it up here because I'm not sure if I'm going to read all of this, but she had came out in support for her fellow TLC member and was like, so this is what she had to say in response to supporting her fellow member. She said, "Chili, please keep your pretty head all the way up, sister." I almost want to say sister. This world is very quick to believe anything and everything posted on social media. Quick to crucify and slow to forgive. Even when you straighten it out, haters will always hate. We know you and your heart. I truly pray that you don't shed not one tear or lose not 1 minute of sleep or peace over any of this. We got you, and any threat of not coming to the show for anyone will not stop us from loving on you and supporting you as a person and your legacy in music. This is the type of bullying we as a people have to stand up to. Whoever comes to see us, great, and whoever doesn't will miss something special, powerful sisters coming together. Positive vibes only. Continue to let your light shine, queen. So because of that, that's what Cheryl James had to say in response to the whole Chili situation and the backlash that she's getting. So like I said, Chili is apparently doing shows out here, and this is going to affect her. And it's just sad to see that We cannot separate the artist from the music. They say music brings us together, that music transcends all languages, and yet it can't transcend the language of politics. We cannot drop down the political beliefs, drop our feelings just to get into the music, the vibes. This is Chilli here. This is TLC, like Cheryl James said, let's not forget about the legacy and the impact that you have made for the music. So we're going to support you and give you your flowers, queen. So because of that, it's just like I said, it's a sensitive time at this very point, but I just want to pull some cards to see how is Chilli feeling with the whole donation list finally being revealed, and that find out that her name was on there unintentionally. Like we say, we all make mistakes, and like I like to say when it comes to celebrities, yeah, we all make mistakes, and it sucks that you're a celebrity because your mistakes just happen to be magnified and everybody is up for judging it. So it kind of sucks to be a celebrity when you make a mistake like that, because you really do have to beg for grace. So with that being said, let's just pull a card for Chilli during this situation and how she's feeling with light of everything that's going on. The King of Swords, quite interesting. The King of Swords. I'm gonna pull a block. Yeah, fine. A block card. Let's see what the block card is. The Two of Pentacles. Let's see. Her foundation is the Page of Pentacles. Okay. The Four of Swords. Okay. The King of Pentacles. I'm starting to like that. Oh, and then the Eight of Pentacles. I really do like this, actually. Because so far we only have two energies in here, which is kind of great because we only have two things that we have to balance. And the two things that we have to balance, which is perfect for her environment, for her situation in her block card, which just happens to be the Two of Pentacles, which is all about balancing and juggling. What are the two elements that we're just having to balance here, even though the Pentacles are overriding? We are balancing Pentacles and Swords, so we're balancing air and earth. Two elements that can, let's see, earth is masculine, feminine, and then air is also masculine, feminine. So they can get along. They have some sort, I'm sorry guys, I feel like I gotta sneeze. They have a sort of way to get along and make harmony, unison, and balance together. That's exactly why we see this block card here. Because even though the elements that are here are conflicting with each other, there's some sort of battle. That's the reason why I'm here doing this reading, because there is a problem going on with Chilli. It does show that there is a way to restore balance back to whatever is going on with Chilli. So she is remaining hopeful and optimistic during this time. Maybe it's just because it's politics, but maybe it's also just the fact that she knows, like they say, your intentions. When you know your intentions and where your heart was coming from, you just got to be able to just walk in your peace and truth, no matter what anybody else says outside of that. And that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here with Chilli, because she represents the Knight of Swords, somebody who is clear-headed, somebody who is able to communicate and articulate themselves. And that's exactly what she's doing. She had, like I said, made a 2.5-minute video talking about and debunking probably the Michelle Obama rumors, but also everything else that's going on surrounding this. And she felt like not only, this is where I got to give her props for this. Not only did she write it out, and not only did she make it a post on her Instagram and not on her story where it stays up for 24 hours and then deletes. So anybody that screenshots it. So she stood down and doubled down on it, that I want this to stay up. I want it to be permanent. I want everybody to know that I stand by this. And then she also made a video about this. I just recently talked about this, about how it's really important this day, time, and age to really verbalize it, like do a video format, because reading is, I don't want to say it's like a dying art, but a lot of people like their form to be more audio and visual. So because of that, she wrote it and talked it. So she was about the walk, and that's exactly what the King of Swords energy is here. That's also exactly what I see here, the Two of Pentacles, that balancing energy of her trying to correct her wrongs and own and acknowledge, yeah, I made those donations. And even though some people might feel like this is her wavering, her trying to backpedal and pop, and she's just like trying to dig herself outside of a hole, and that's really her beliefs, and she's just trying to convince everybody that it's not. I really do feel as though from the cards it was something that was unintentional. Like she said, I love veterans, I wanted to do something that supported veterans. I mean, even though we see what's going on here with the whole Trump administration, but anyway, it's like she said, it was where her intentions were coming from, and so because of that, she's hoping that that can not be overlooked. Her intention, she doesn't want her pure intentions to be overlooked and cascaded by the fact of how tumultuous the political landscape in America is right now, and how it's kind of tends to be an American right now, because everybody's just ready to fight about anything and everything. And the one thing that we're supposed to come together for, which is music, entertainment, it's not fun, it's not entertaining, it's not escaping us from our reality. So because of that, it's like that it's like when something is just blatantly in your face and you're like trying to ignore it. That's that, like ignoring the elephant in the room. That's the vibe that we're trying to get. Music and entertainment doesn't ignore the elephant in the room. It actually helps alleviate some stress and bring in that positive, good energy and vibes within us. I know there's some music out there, but it's like not for a greater good. But just talking about Chilli in particular and TLC and the positive work that they have contributed to a particular culture, Black women, but it's Black culture and just music and pop culture, period. They are icons, they are iconic, and they have a whole history and legacy. Each member to their own has their own legacies that they have because they have been a part of TLC. So because of that, we don't, oh, that's just not going to get washed away and wiped away at this very moment just because she took the wrong political stance. But it's kind of like a stain at this present moment for her that she's going to have to let pass by at this point. But she's going to stand strong in her communication, so that way there is no more further miscommunications. And like she said, I will start reading the fine print more. Maybe I will do a little bit more research before I just sign my name to something, because when it comes around, it's going to bite me back later, and I don't want to have to be in the same predicament again. So because of that, she has learned from her lessons. Very King of Swords energy. It's not like running a tight ship, it is understanding how media works and understanding how her reputation and image works. Also, you gotta remember a little bit, it is a tour that she's doing at this present moment, so anything to still get the fans to come, even though it's not like selfish like that, but because I see the pentacles here, I literally see the Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about working on your career and working on your craft and your legacy. And that's exactly what I see here with Chilli. Now, if you want to see that as Chilli doing all this as a PR cleanup, damage control, so that way she can continue selling tickets and profiting off of the fans, you could probably take it that way, given the swords and the tension that we see here and the overwhelming pentacles that we see here. So it's more physical than it is mental. However, I see that there is not a negative card here, so I don't see any hate or any malice. In fact, the other sword card outside of the King of Swords is the Four of Swords, another card that is another one of the few cards in the swords deck suit that is not violent or aggressive, because the Four of Swords is all about taking a sabbatical, is all about taking a break. It's all about, before moving forward, taking some time to reflect. Because it's also because that's what you have to do, like not do like inner, yeah, actually, you know what, it has to do with inner work too, some spiritual work too. So like all those different things that you do when you take some time off, get some the best way I could say is when you really take time to do self-care, love on yourself, care for yourself, spend time with yourself, get to know yourself, it's spiritual and it's healing in a way. So because of that, that's that Four of Swords energy, that energy of where Chilli is coming from. So I even see that even in the past when she had did it, it wasn't out of I'm doing this because I have ulterior motives, or I'm doing this because I'm a Republican, or I'm doing this because I'm against the Democratic mindset. It wasn't none of that. It was just all about where her experiences and where she comes from and what she feels as though she wanted to attach her name to. And she was just like, I care about veterans. I love my dad and I love what he had did for this country. I'm a true proud American and I want to support those that support my country. So because of that, she wanted to do something out of the goodness of her heart. And then of course, we know trafficking, we know we're still Epstein. Come on now, guys. That's anybody that wants to donate to that, thank you for that one. So because of that, we see all those different things, all the things that she was doing mentally, because this is the Four of Swords after all. So all that thinking that she was doing didn't, even though physically in her reality, it didn't manifest that way. Mentally, that's where she was when she did it. So that's why when we look back here at the King of Swords energy, and she's looking back at her past. She's looking at where she once was and how she was once feeling and where was her mindset when she did that. And because, you know, sometimes the media might try to gaslight you and think that you was actually doing something because it just really just happens to look that way. You know, that's how some people wrongly get convicted. The evidence just mounts up so much that you just look guilty just by the way it looks. So because of that, that's the way Chilli's coming off, and she's trying to find a way to get that off of her, if that's the best way I can put it. That's exactly what we see here with the King of Pentacles. It's like the legacy that she knows that she has built, the influence that she knows that she has. She knows A, that she has a responsibility, but B, she also knows that with that influence that she has accumulated, that's also something that she cherishes as well. That's why she doesn't want this to, like I said, overshadow anything that she's doing at this present moment. It's supposed to be a time to love Chilli / TLC and enjoy the music and the influence and the culture that she brings to the table. So because of that, if everybody suddenly just disappears and goes away because of the whole because of her accidental political stance, then the King of Pentacles, the legacy, everything that she built, like, let's think about it. What is a king without a kingdom? And that's what I was saying earlier with all the pentacles. It's a little bit like not financially motivated, but career motivated for her as well. Because honestly, the best way I could put it, and it's not in a selfish way, but the legacy that she has accomplished for herself, she doesn't want it to go down the drain. So because of that, she will fight for it, not aggressively, but she will take a firm stance in order to save her reputation. That's the best way I can put it. It's not like a round, but it's a meow. You know, I'm gonna speak. You know, I'm not. It's gonna be a little cute. You're gonna hear me, but it's not like I'm gonna claw and attack you, because it's not like I'm that desperate to save my reputation, because I know I'm not that in the wrong. Because she knows. But you know what? Let's just pull some 3 oracle cards, because I feel like I'm just saying the same things over and over again. So let's just figure out what the cards have to say and how Chilli is feeling in this moment moving forward. One card I'm going to pick is going to symbolize how is this affecting her tour. Now that we get that all about how Chilli's feeling and how it's pretty innocent, let's just figure out what the cards have to say. Okay. So as I said, the first card was about how is this affecting Chilli and her tour. We have a summer. Ooh, I like that actually. Because what I like this note. It's a period of maximum light and energy. It's a time to celebrate life's achievements. I put that there, but it says to celebrate life abundances. And that's exactly what I see here. King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, abundance, 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 earth, 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 gifts, like I said, career, all things physical, material, manifesting. So like I said, now that it has, and because this is also a political, not a political thing, but this is a money thing, a Pentacles thing. She donated about $1,000. So because of that, it's about what she was doing with her money. And honestly, if you kind of want to think about it, it's the fans really thinking about, look what you have done with our money, and we don't like what you did with our money. So that's really where it's stemming from. So because of that, because that's really why fans really get upset with their favorites, because they start realizing that the money that they're putting into their favorites is going to other causes that they may not support. So because of that, then they get mad at the person. But we see here, when it comes to Chilli and this tour, we still see that there's going to be a bright outcome, and that even though during this time that she is being highlighted, her finances are being highlighted, and what she has been doing behind closed doors, as people would say, is finally coming to the light. And because of that, that summer show symbolizes that even though it just happens to come during the time of her tour, it's not going to overshadow her tour, because the light cast out the dark. So because of that, one card that I want to know is, how does Chilli truly feel about the whole donations and Obama and Michelle Obama? Ooh, I see a fox. And usually they say swipe or no swiping, but here what I see here for the fox is somebody that is, well, maybe a bit deceitful, but honestly, they can be somebody who feels like they are a bit baffled and deceived because they have been deceived themselves. Miss Media, AI, everybody gets caught up in it these days. Like I said, it just sucks to be a celebrity during this day and age at the very beginning. So because of that, I'm gonna pull one last final card to see how is Chilli going to come out on the end of this other situation.
How is she handling it?
How is she handling it?
Mm-hmm. The backlash.
She seems like she's handling it pretty well. Mm-hmm.
She has a show.
Yes.
And I heard that she wasn't doing very well with it, and she was backpedaling and stuff. That's what I heard, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, what I had see from these cards is I didn't see any really negative cards in here, so I don't see that her in particular is having any troubled times when it comes to this tour. Maybe that's how it could be perceived, or maybe the way fans are talking, she has that worry or concern that it might not do well. However, I do see here at the very end, I picked the go card when I was wondering how is she going to come out on the other side of this scandal, and I see a keep moving forward and to not look back. And even Cheryl James had said to keep her head up and to not look back on the situation, and that's the same sentiment that Chilli is also trying to keep as well. That moving forward.
Is she really feeling this way? And this is all because she supports MAGA?
Yes, I believe so.
This is what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
We should be free to choose who we want to be our leader. You know, we shouldn't have to be judged because we go against, the Democratic and the Republican Party now is not about color anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't. It's about your allegiance and who's giving you more of what you want to do. And I feel sad for her because of the backlash. But I don't mean to bombard your situation.
Oh, it's okay. I was pretty much at the end anyway.
I know. one of the things about Chilli, you know, she was dating a white guy, and she was saying that she's really not a black woman. So she's been having some rap, allegedly. She's been having some backlash. So I think this is just another backlash they're doing, and wanting to look at her as a traitor. And I don't think that she's a traitor. She should be able to vote for whoever she wants and give her money to whoever she wants. And we, the people, that's none of our business. That's my opinion. I'm sorry to interrupt, but.
Oh, no, that was okay. But yeah, no, that was a good pretty much sum up for, you know, somebody who knows TLC better than me. But yeah, no, because of that, I do see that positive wrap up message. And like I said, I ended on the go card. I wish you guys could see it, but you can see the green a little bit. They're just a tad bit closer. You can see a little bit more. But yeah, no, the go. You saw that green light, positive, keep moving forward, and to not allow what critics say. Yes, thank you.
And bloggers.
And haters, as Chilli called them too.
They are haters. You should be free. You know, I hate that, you know, the black culture has become like the guardian of the grail. Who can vote for who can't vote. This is absolutely asinine. Sorry, baby Crone.
That's okay. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. What I had to do a rating on Chilli and how she is dealing with this this situation during her touring. It just happens to suck that this comes out during the time when she's trying to celebrate herself and the achievements that she has made within the music industry. So with that being said, would you like to say anything else before I hop off?
So when has the tour started, or when is it going to start? Do you know?
No, I do not know.
I don't know if the store started. I'm not sure. The show started, but I heard that, you know, there were a lot of people backing out. They didn't want to do it. And this is so silly, you know, but this is not about that. We living in days where every person have to think for themselves. We can't be clams now. We have to really think who we want to be in charge of us and who serves us best.
Yes, her tour starts in August.
Yeah, I think by then, I think it'll be all right. But I am sorry.
I think that's also around the time of midterms too. So
yeah,
people are still going to be thinking about it
in November. I just feel as though it's sad that we don't own any party, and no party owns us. I just feel saddened that she has to go through that, or anyone goes through that. Well, anyway, and speaking of course, there is this, and we'll talk about it. There is a football player from the NFL that because he didn't want to go with the alphabet group or something, he got fired. This is ridiculous, absolutely asinine, baby Crone. You know how I feel. I've been really struggling with what's going on in our country. So I think I'm done.
Oh, okay. So with that being said, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this commentary and a surprise visit from Mama Crone. Please leave your comments down below. How do you feel about the whole Chilli situation, the whole political landscape of America? Because I did talk about that. I tried not talking about it, but how can you not talk about it?
How can you not? Yeah.
How can you not? That's literally what her whole problem is. So with that being said, thumb this up, leave your comments down below. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already and become a beautiful sunflower and spread those beautiful sunflower seeds all over this earth, because God knows we definitely need it during this time.
Amen.
Yes, I say it every time. I say we definitely need it for sure. So with that being said, please be a sunflower and enjoy and subscribe so you can get more content just like this. And with that being said, you know what I say before we hop off? Hype us up. Subscribe to us. Hey, sunflowers.